Taurus, Elsie here with a really quick bonus read. How are you, my friends? I hope you are well. How are you, my Taurus tribe? I hope you're doing great. Thank you so much for clicking here. If you're brand new and you've never been here before, I hope you'll stay. Subscription button's over there. Click the bell button. You'll know exactly when I'm uploading. I do upload a few times a week for Taurus because Taurus just eats up my readings so super quick. And so I'm here for another bonus read for you, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you if you're cross-watching. And if you are my ride or die, you know how much I love you already. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. We're just going to use some tarot. We're going to throw some tarot and find out what's going on. Tell me what's coming up for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter under this full moon. Tell me about Taurus. This is like the first full moon where I felt really energized, and I think it's because I'm a Sagittarius rising, and it feels like I felt like I've had so much energy today. Like I'm level 56 already, so I didn't feel like I was sore or went out for a walk. Like I feel like I feel really good there. My energy level is good. I am a Sag rising though, so you never know. Maybe that's it. I think it's that you're saying it's kind of amplified when you're in the rising situation. So could be that. All right, here we go. I'll stop talking to myself and start throwing some cards. Here we go. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's going down for Taurus? All right. Why is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse? What's going on here? So the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse for me is not misfortune. For me, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse is telling me it's just not time for something right now. It's the Wheel of Fortune being in the reverse is telling me that somebody is. Telling you, Taurus, don't push it. Don't push the issue. Don't chase the person. It feels like it's not time. So I want to say that it isn't time for whatever is supposed to go down. Maybe you're waiting to hear from a job. It's not time for you to hear from the job. It feels like it is it's a time of silence, of space. I want to say that we're taking space from each other because I'm doing this because of expansion, right? That's we've got the Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter. Tell me why the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse for Taurus, please. Because the Eight of Cups, interesting. I feel like it's not time right now because I feel like someone is in the midst of disconnecting from something, a job, emotionally disconnecting. I feel like it's under the full moon, like it might be today. Like it might be somebody who's making a decision that I can't be so emotional about that. I need to go out and find what's good for me. I don't want to settle for anything anymore. I don't want to be jumping into anything. Like it feels like the Wheel of Fortune is saying, no, slow down. Don't do it yet. It's not time. And it might not be time because there is something that you need to disconnect from before you can move forward. And I feel like this full moon might be your opportunity to let go of something, someone, disconnect. It feels like there is some old energy back here that you really don't need. The full moon is all about the release, everything coming full circle, right? Releasing things. Tell me more. We do have the Three of Wands and we have the Queen of Swords. I really do feel like somebody is about to release themselves from a waiting period. And I always say to you guys, stop waiting, right? Stop waiting for the job, for the person, for the whatever it is that you're waiting for. Stop the waiting. It's time for you to move into the future like the Queen of Swords. Stand up, be counted, liberate yourself from the waiting. That's what it feels like here. You need to liberate yourself from waiting for whatever it is that you're waiting for. And I want to say that, you could be waiting forever because the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse, right? We do have the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. It could be a choice in love. I feel like somebody is liberating themselves from waiting for someone that maybe they have feelings for. And I like that energy. I really do like it. The Queen of Swords is the one who is making logical decisions. Looking at things logically, it might be time for me just to head forward. And what the thing is that it's an act of bravery, right? The act of bravery is just to turn your back to whatever you've been waiting for and keep moving. Do something. Occupy your time. Pick up a hobby. I was saying this to my friend the other day. You don't got enough hobbies. Try painting. Get out there on a zip line. Do whatever it is you're going to do, but fill your time with something. It's time for you to move forward here. Why is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse here, please? Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune being in the reverse. We've got the Magician. We've got the King of Pentacles, and we've got the Devil in reverse. Look, I'm a fan of the Devil in reverse. I truly am. I want to say that somebody here is waiting on something. For some of you, it could be monetary, okay? So it doesn't always have to be about love. For some of you, it is love, but others of you, I feel like it could be a job, It could be a house. Maybe you've put a bid in on a house and you're waiting for that to come through. I feel like you're supposed to release yourself from that, disconnect from it. We're always trying to find, so many times when people come to me for a private reading, they're like, when is it? I want a time frame, tell me when it is. But I feel like the universe is telling you here with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, is that whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. You need to release it and you need to move forward. It feels like abundance is going to be catching up to you. The King of Pentacles is here. That's the Taurus energy, right? Abundance is going to be catching up to you here. And I feel like you don't have to worry about it, that it's already working in your favor. The King of Pentacles is the one who's stable and sturdy and grounded, the one who's going to go over the details, very good with money. This is somebody who's ready to settle down or is going to settle for something, like settle down on something. I'm going to make a decision. So it might be a purchase, right? Because we do have the King of Pentacles, who it might be a big purchase that you're making, but I feel like you're supposed to release doubt. You're releasing fear. I feel like you're supposed to release anything toxic or toxic thoughts that you might be having about not being able to gain or get what you want. I feel like you will, but I feel like right now is not the time for whatever reasons the universe can see that you can't. But you are the magician. It's like you're set up really well here, Taurus. You are the magician, you are the King of Pentacles, and you're ready to go. But the last thing you need to do is release knowing what happens for the ending. You must turn your back and say, I trust you, universe, that you're going to bring me whatever's meant for me will never pass me by. So I feel like the devil energy in the reverse is really important. That it feels like if you keep watching that pot of water, it's going to take a long while to boil. It's going to boil eventually, because that's what water does when you put heat in it, right? When you put a pot of water on the stove, it's going to boil. You know that. That's logic, right? But when? And you're going to have to wait for it. So I feel like you're waiting for something right now, but the universe wants you to release the need to know when it's coming. Because a lot of people want to know, where is it, Elsie? You see it in the comments constantly. You keep telling me, Elsie, but it's not showing up. Look, the Wheel of Fortune is the Wheel of Fortune. It's divine timing. It's not your timing, it's divine timing. We don't call this card collective timing. We call this card divine timing, right? So what is it that you need to release? Because I feel like you need to cut something out. You need to get right in the mind. You need to get factual, honest with yourself, because the Queen of Swords is here. So what is it that you need to release in order to bring in whatever is for you? You have to release this block. So it feels like somebody here is feeling like they can't move forward. It's like somebody here doesn't want to move forward if they can't have what they want. And so it's like somebody's like, I'm not making the effort. If I can't have what I want and I don't know how it's going to turn out, then I'm not making the effort. Well, it's up to you whether you want to stay blocked or not. But it feels like somebody here needs to release the block. And I feel like the block is the not knowing. We do have the Hermit energy and we have the Seven of Cups. So the block is the not knowing. The Hermit energy is here saying you need more wisdom. You need to have the wisdom to know when to let go of the Two of Swords. You're not always going to get hurt in a situation, but listen, we're all about potholes and pitfalls. That's what life is. Those are lessons. And what if the person that you're waiting for, or the person that you feel is waiting for you, I feel like you're waiting for them. The person that you're waiting for, what if you haven't learned the lesson about how to release the block, and then maybe this person never arrives because you have not learned the lesson of releasing the block? And I'm not saying that you're blocked. Maybe you're not, but I feel like it's a lesson of releasing something here, because the wisdom is coming after the block is removed here. We do have the Seven of Cups, and it is confusion. Confusion of where's mine? Where is it? What's taking it so long? And I feel like we never get answers to those questions. However, what we can do is find ways to amuse ourselves until things show up, until we get movement again, right? Until the soulmate shows up. We've got the King of Pentacles. Here's the Queen. So we do have the Six of Swords, we have the Hanged Man, and we have the Six of Cups. And I feel like this is what you're waiting for. Look, it's really tough just to not tell you that this reading is about love. For some of you it is, for some of you it's about money or home or house, right? But we do have the Six of Cups, and I feel like you have a nostalgic connection to somebody that you can't let go of, that you haven't yet cut out, and it's causing a block. And I feel like the universe wants you to release it before it can bring it back to you. Does that make sense? I know it's counterintuitive, but the universe wants to know that you don't need it. If you need the relationship, if you need the house, if you need the job, if you need whatever it is that you don't have, then I feel like the universe is like, no, because if it shows up and you need it, you're going to treat it way different than if you want it. So I feel like the Six of Cups is telling me with the Two of Swords is that you need to release the soulmate. You need to release the need of them. You need to release needing a relationship. And that's a perspective. I feel like you need to surrender it. Surrender it to the universe, right? That's ultimately what the Hanged Man energy is about. It's about perspective, but you only get the perspective after the surrender. So I feel like you do need to move along. Yeah, the Six of Swords is here. It's telling me you need to take the lessons that you've learned up here, Taurus, and you need to move along. That's what it feels like. And I feel like whatever you want meets you in the future. Tell me more. I feel like whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. I really do believe that. It's happened in my own life over and over and over again. I worried about it. I hung on to it. And when I decided to release it, when I turned my back to it, there it is. There it is. I'm just saying, there it is, the Four of Wands. Whatever it is that you want, the soulmate, the deep connection, living together, being together, marriage, whatever it is that this Four of Wands means to you, I feel like you must let go of it before you can have it. I know, again, it sounds counterintuitive, but I feel like you have to let go of it before it can be yours. And I know that a lot of you are already practicing that, so I may not be talking to you. Tell me about what you were waiting for here. Oops. You're waiting for the sun. Somebody here might be waiting for a Leo, a Scorpio, a Taurus, an Aquarius possibly, maybe a Capricorn, maybe a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, maybe a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius, maybe a Virgo, maybe a Pisces. Take it as it resonates for you. But it feels like somebody is waiting for the sun to arrive. You're waiting for the sun to come out. And I feel like I'm looking at this card here and we see that the sun is in the distance, right? You're looking at the sun. Well, I feel like it's about to get close up, I want to say. But I feel like it really has to do with you disconnecting emotionally from the outcome of the situation. Tell me about the sun. We do have the Lovers. Yeah, there it is. It comes in. It's around the corner. But I feel like the lesson is you must let go of it in order for it to be able to arrive when it's supposed to or when it wants to, rather than when you command it to. Because when you need it, I just feel like it's not going to arrive. Tell me what else we need to know about this here. Because it feels like the sun is on the Lovers. And what you need to know is that the sun is here on the Lovers and it's right around the corner. But first you must drop these burdens. And it might be a burden of release. Yeah, it's going to happen in divine timing. That's all I can tell you, that the moment of alchemy comes and then the happiness is showing up because you're getting some sort of communication from someone. It's you're very excited to hear from this person. This isn't somebody that you don't want to see. This is someone that you're really excited to hear from, someone that is your wish fulfillment. And we do have Sagittarius energy here. It's the moment of alchemy. You can't scoot around it, and that's the truth of it, right? You need to know, yeah, there it is. It's rushing in on you. Love is rushing in. And you knew that it would, but it's just the hard part is releasing it, right? Not needing to know what the ending is, not needing to know if it's arriving. I feel like you're intuitively, you might have Pisces energy, you don't have to, but intuitively you know that love is coming. You know that it feels like it's racing in, so stop questioning it. You're questioning your intuition. And I feel like when you stop questioning your intuition, you'll release your need to have whatever this abundance is, and I feel like it arrives then. Because here it is in the future. The Four of Wands is in the future, but where does it come in? After you leave, after the Six of Swords is here, after you leave it in the past and decide you don't need it and start creating your own balance, your own abundance, your own happiness within you. Nothing that is out there is going to make you happy. It's got to come from in here first. And that's all of it. And you know what? Some of us still have lessons to learn before we can get what we need. And I think that, like I said, when we need something, we will treat it differently than when we want it. When we want it, we don't have a necessity of it. And I really do feel like that is what is going on here. So we do have the Emperor. I feel like you need to take control of the situation. Put up some boundaries and be courageous, because for some of you, it's going to be around the corner. The Nine of Wands is here. And for others of you, I feel like all you can see is the suffering. And if all you can see is the suffering, the universe knows you have not learned the lesson. Because when you see the lesson, it's no longer suffering. It's a lesson. So I feel like you really need to see the lesson in order to be able to take control of the situation. You need to stand your ground here and be courageous, because I feel like it's coming, but not in your time. And that's the truth. And some of you can't see it because all you can see is suffering. All you can see is what you don't have, what you want, and what you don't have, or what you need and what you don't yet have. I feel like it's going to be a release situation, that you need to release it. Get a hobby, get something that you can do that keeps you busy while the thing is trying to catch up to you, because maybe that person's learning lessons as well. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. This is kind of cool reading. I think I like it for you. I'm off for now. Love you guys. Bye-bye.